Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be doing a February TBR-ish video. Anyone who's been watching my channel for a really long time knows that I don't do TBR videos really unless it's for like a readathon. Mostly because I don't like the restriction of saying I'm definitely going to read these X amount of books every month. February is Black History Month and there's some really interesting books that I want to be reading next month. So I thought I would talk about them a little bit. Dee Dee from Frenchie D and Danielle from One Small Paw are hosting a read-along of Jubilee by Margaret Walker. I actually have never heard of this book before until I saw Dee Dee's video talking about it, which I will link to. I believe in this story you are following a young woman who is of mixed race. Her father was a white plantation owner and her mother was a black slave. And so I believe you're just like following her life growing up in the South after like the Civil War is over and things like that. So I'm really excited about this. If you look this up on Goodreads, it has like a 4.5 average rating. Like, this is like an American masterpiece that I know nothing about, and I'm very thankful to Danielle and Dee Dee for picking out this book to read next month because I probably wouldn't have never heard of it before. The next book that I have is Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. This is a book that I got from the library. I was like on hold for it and it finally came in, and I only have like 2 weeks to read this book, so there's like a 99% chance that I'm going to read this one as well. It's really short and stout, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm really excited to read this. I've only heard really great things about this memoir. But yeah, she's like one of the most powerful people in TV at the moment, and I'm very excited to read a little bit about her life. The next book that I'm going to try to read is Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I read Purple Hibiscus last year and it was amazing. I have a review of it. I will link to it. It was one of my favorite books that I read last year, so I said that I was definitely going to be continuing on with reading her books. This is a book that I got the ebook copy of it from the library, so this will be my workbook, or the book that I read basically during my lunch breaks. And the final book that I have is The Good Lord Bird by James McBride. This won the National Book Award. This is a historical fiction novel that takes place in the 1850s, so I will be using this book also to complete the Read Harder challenge of read a historical fiction book that takes place before the 1900s. And it is set during this historic raid that happened during the Civil War-ish era, or it was one of the catalysts for the Civil War, something along those lines. I'm always really bad at giving synopsis of books that I haven't read yet, but I try not to go into them knowing too much about it. But anyways, I'm really excited to read this one. If you guys remember Sarah Jane of Mother Effing Book, she started blogging because her computer basically broke, so she doesn't have a webcam anymore. And so she read this book earlier this year and really enjoyed it, so I'm very excited to finally pick it up myself. So yeah, those are 4 books that I'm going to be like focusing on to try to read over the next month. Obviously there are never any guarantees that I'm going to read any of these books, and also there's a chance I'm going to read more this month than those 4 books. Those are ones that I'm going to make like a priority over other books. Like, I don't know if other people do this, even though I don't make a strict TBR every single month, I sort of have like a weighted list of books that I want to read. I kind of take into account books that come in from the library because those obviously have due dates. But just in terms of like my own physical TBR, I have like 70 books. So I have books that I'm like more anxious to read than not, and I sort of make mini piles of them. So if I finish a book and I don't know what to read next, I'll like just grab one from one of those piles. So I've made a mini pile of these books, and if I finish those 4 books, obviously I'll pick up other books, but I don't know what those would be because I don't think farther ahead than like 4 books. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below if you are planning on reading any of these books, especially if you're reading Jubilee along with Dee Dee and Danielle this month. Again, there will be a link down below to the video that Dee Dee made talking about it, and there's like a schedule where they're going to do like Twitter chats and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do the Twitter chats. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.